This video is to explain how to create plagal cadences. So a plagal cadence is another full stop close, like the perfect cadence. That means it goes at the end of your piece. And this is a 4-to-1 chord. So it's pretty similar to doing a perfect cadence, but you don't have the leading note going to the tonic. So you put your root notes in the bass, you put your common note in the same voice, and you have the remaining notes falling by step. So let's do an example of this. So I've decided we're going to do this in G major. So if the question's asking you to do that and there's no key signature, you either need to put in the key signature or accidentals, or maybe it'll already be set up something like this and you've got to figure out what key it's in. Obviously, whatever chord 1 is going to have the tonic note at the bottom. So then I've just written in 4-to-1, and then usually underneath that I'll have C, E, G, C for whatever the chord is, and then G, B, D, G according to the chord, and then I cross them off as I go. So that I would cross off C and I'd cross off G. So we want to put our common notes in next, and there's not necessarily one correct way to do cadences, but there's certainly better ways than others. So we've got to remember the rules about no interval greater than an octave between any parts except for the bass and tenor, no overlapping parts, and we've got to keep in the vocal ranges, which are on this sheet here. So that's something to think about. So we've got our root notes in the bass, and then we want to put the common note in. So we've got 2 G's in these chords. So you can put it wherever for now, but you might want to change it later on if you realize it doesn't work for the part that you've chosen. So I'm going to put my G here. When you're writing it, I'd probably just write it in semi-briefs and then put the stems in afterwards, because you might decide this is your soprano part, or you might decide this is your alto part. I think for me it's probably going to be my alto part. So now we need the remaining notes falling by a step. So we have C going to B, and we have E going to D. So I think I would like to put E up here, going to a D here, and then I'd like to put my C here, going to a B. I'm not sure why that looks so unusual, why it's not lined up, but that's alright. And then just check that you've got everything. So you've got your C, you've got an E, you've got a G, you've got a C, yep. And check that you don't have consecutive fifths. There shouldn't really be any in here if you followed the steps properly, or consecutive octaves. And we can have a listen to it. So it's like an amen cadence. That's also what a plagal cadence is called. So if you follow these steps that are on your sheet here, you're unlikely to get any mistakes, like any of this stuff going on here. So just follow the steps. It's the same as the perfect cadence, you just miss out the bit about the leading note to the tonic. Sometimes, you could voice it differently. You could have your C to B up here, and you could have your G's down here, and you could have your E to D here. There's lots of different ways that you could do it, but just figuring out the one that looks like it's spaced out the most, that doesn't have massive gaps between the parts, and it's not overlapping at all. That's what's important. So that's how you do a plagal cadence.